top of the food chain, rock bottom, and handle my business when it was my problem. G. Flossing with a gold chain. I got my Turkish rope with matching gold things. Bomber jacket in the winter, it's a cold game. I met some East Coast up in Spokane. Some of the realest in this dope game. I got my curly top looking like special ed. Clean fade on the side, bumping that red head. Clean tags when I ride, ducking the feds. East Coast, they get that bread. You you end up dead. The West Coast, they leave that spread. And now you got all in your dread head.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted.
Still trying to the riches.
East Coast and 6'4s hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. Fourth and inches. I'm finna hit a lick and handle business. I got her down. She real vicious. Rock-a-bye, baby. No witness. This is not even a conflict. You on nonsense. Got the same way in Brooklyn and Compton. But with that gang, then make a profit. On top, stay poppin'. Look, see, I was the high school slick Rick, I was styling. Fat gold chain with an African medallion. Hip-hop connoisseur and rolling 20 cribbin'. Rap game real tight, freestyle was magnificent. All about the clout and all about my dividends. Them older couldn't tell me different. I need a roundaway girl to live with. Showtime, Mythic Apollo. I'm about the bottom. Take two and pour out a little for my who won't live to see tomorrow.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted.
Madden football is the home of Super Bowl 57, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Carolina Panthers and the Minnesota Vikings, and it comes your way next.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. We count down to kickoff of what should be an epic one here between the Carolina Panthers taking on a second team from the NFC, the Minnesota Vikings. And hi again, everybody. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, when you and I were going through our final run-throughs at breakfast, we kept thinking tonight we're going to get to see a couple of very good passing offenses.
And we're talking about both sides having multiple receivers that can have an impact on this game. It's not just one guy that's going to make all the plays. If you take him away, maybe number 2, number 3, they make the big plays that impact who wins the game.
Joseph ready to get this one started. And off we go on EA Sports. And solid field position here to start as they get this out to the 40-yard line. That didn't take long to see our first penalty of the game, did it?
We always talk about everyone wanting to get into the game in a hurry. The officials did as well.
Now Foreman. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Darnold. And his throw here's incomplete.
In today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place and try and find good matchups. And they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And that will be incomplete.
Everyone rolls into the Super Bowl saying, hey, I'm confident. I'll just do what I did before. But let's face it, you got to be wary of the jitters going into a big game like this. Super Bowl's unlike any other game you're going to play.
And now he's starting out 0 for 2. We'll see if he can rebound. That's taken on the 25. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7-0 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Vikings offense coming out for the first time, and in his 5th season leading this crew, coming off his 3rd career Pro Bowl nod, Kirk Cousins.
And despite his long and productive career as a starter, he had never made it out of the divisional round. Now he has the Vikings on the precipice of achieving the franchise's first Super Bowl in its 5th attempt.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
A solid stiff arm. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
That's multiple times now he's tackling this big game with his legs. Really showing off some nice awareness and the ability to quickly realize when he's got a chance to tuck it and go himself.
A first down throw for Cousins. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Watson.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He's just short. He got 6 of the 7 he needed, so that leaves a decision here on 4th and a yard. One quarter done and 3 more to play here in Super Bowl 56. Well, welcome back to the date on the calendar we circle every year. Super Bowl Sunday. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis here with you as we get... And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. What a play. It's a first down as they get 19 yards on the fake punt. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. Throw caught there by Osborne. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now Cousins. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And the Vikings are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there.
And he'll get Touchdown, Minnesota. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Vikings post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. So both sides of the football contributing here early. Their defense forces the punt, and then the offense takes it down the field and punches it in on a short touchdown run.
And Brandon, that's good complementary football, and that's what they're going to need if they want to get out of here victorious.
Greg Joseph on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. It's a squib kick picked up near the 25. They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position. And the Panthers coming out now. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half. Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Darnold will find his man, Terrace Marshall, complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Darnold on first down. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Darnold to throw again. He'll find his man, Laviska Shenault. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 32-yard line. Darnold from the gun. Pass incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on the receiver. And it results in an incomplete pass.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more. The shotgun snap for Darnold. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they may be content to take this 7-0 lead into the locker room. We'll see. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. They almost gave it right back to him there with another interception of their own. And to be honest, he probably should have caught that and picked it off. And he knows it, and he'll see it in film, and he'll see it in his dreams tonight when it's all said and done. But you almost felt like the excitement had been ramped up, and they were trying to get a big play right after that one. So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out. And a 5-yard penalty. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. 3 yards on the gain. They're going to need to do better on this next play. It'll be 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. And some room to maneuver. over. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in the... Taking it about the 1. And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the third quarter. And I think you'd have to say their coaching staff, all things considered, had to be pleased with their performance in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Definitely pleased, doing their best not to show it to their team, of course, because as you and I both know, their mantra all season long has been finish. Get the job done. They know how close they are to lifting that trophy. One more solid half of football, and they can do exactly that.
Cousins now to throw on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Credit Corey Littleton blowing that play up.
Well, partner, we know they came out and offered down on the scoreboard. I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise. And it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Just a pickup of a yard there. That won't help too much. They're left with a third and forever now.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety, being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field, whether or not they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVP. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9.
That would be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Darnold and the Panthers now with a 1st and 10 here, right at the 50-yard line. From the 50, it's Darnold. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Third quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10. Looking for Marshall, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football.
Holding. Defense.
And now, oh boy, this is a bit of a surprise to be kind. They accepted the holding penalty, so wipe out the interception, and their defense will stay on the field. Okay. Throwing on 2nd and long. Darnold. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds. according to the headlines, but incomplete. So they're a little late getting there, and it's third down.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man. Third and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That fifth defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
Here's Johnny Hecker now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Here's Watson. Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards. And they will take over first and 10. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here. A little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. Just one more quarter remains in the season. And there's just one quarter that remains in this edition of the biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, as we get set for the fourth quarter. Play fake. Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. The Vikings on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And here's Ryan Wright now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And they'll go ahead and down this one right on the chalk of the 20-yard line. So Darnold and the Panthers now down 7-0, 2:13 remaining. And they have to have a touchdown to level this Super Bowl as they come up on first down. A first down throw, Darnold. This is Chenault on the receiving end. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. A give up the middle, Hubbard. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Now Darnold. And that is incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now, has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Darnold trying to hustle everybody along with the clock moving. Darnold's throw into the hands of the receiver, Chenault. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Darnold to throw. Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, I mean, both offenses have clearly struggled throughout, so kind of fitting that it's another big defensive play that yields points here in the late going.
Yeah, really, both of these defenses have been up to the task throughout this game, and we haven't seen much in terms of offensive creativity or results. And there, not only does the defense force a turnover, but they have the presence of mind to take it back for 6 points.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fields the squib kick right around the 30. They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And you're still in this game. Yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
Counting down at 30 seconds remaining. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Well, they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be third down. Here's Darnold. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Watson. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. And they have done it. The Minnesota Vikings are the Super Bowl champions. And the Lombardi Trophy is going back to the land of 10,000 lakes. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and packed here as the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. You're in the presence of the realest essence. I've been serving lessons since the days of my adolescence. On the Cyrus block, young buck holding the like we knew it all, not afraid to do it all. Matter of fact, I look back and do it all. I can remember the haters say the game will ruin y'all. What's that to me? Don't give about a hater. Let them like the in my paper. They call me Big Dog, riding with the hillbilly.
It's another one. We got another one. It's her. Who that? Big baby slide through in that drop top. Something by Benz looking cute. That's honest. Her and her friends, big blinks and snatch waist. Yeah, she brought the. Ain't no way somebody daddy ain't gon' give her the spins with her ends. Cause yeah, she did it. She did it again. A few more tracks and this time she bought friends. Big baby on her way up and showed the stairs to a man's. Now salute the general. TGLX got plans, yeah. Damn, it's the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, this is the intro? Yes, it's the intro.
They don't know what they in for. It be coming like this on the intro, what they here for. If they want the heat, you know who to send for your info. Buy my money like Venmo. This music don't work out. I know how to get it from my ends low. How you feel though? Cause, hey, they can't rock with us. Galaxy ain't no stopping us. They ain't trying to steal my style. I'm feeling like I just shot for. Can't trust him cause he not my. Cause we worry about getting figures. All my ain't father figures, just know my. Quick to pop it.
Damn, it's the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, this is the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, it's the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, this is the intro? Yes, it's the intro.
Everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the New York Giants and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. On play action, Lawrence. And incomplete to open things up.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
He'll air this one out for Kirk. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. So 2 incompletions have led him to an early 3rd and 10. Lawrence will throw. Steps away to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Kayvon Thibodeau, he beat the O-line and recorded the sack.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Throwing, Jones. Escaping the pressure right. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Josh Allen drops him again for the 2nd straight play, and it brings up 4th down. They'll make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Right side, it's Manhurts, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Lawrence on 1st down. This is caught. It's Kirk. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw, Lawrence. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. To throw again is Lawrence. That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it, but couldn't pull it in. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. This is caught, and he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Lawrence. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Zay Jones, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Jaguars will take the lead here in the final minute of the 1st half. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants now going to take over late in this 1st half. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the 1st half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. Now Jones. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this 1st half. Finding space at the 40. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the 1st half of play. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
If they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. Buying time to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down. Well, time is of the essence. We breeze through halftime, and we are ready for the 2nd half. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the 2nd half. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Giants about set to go to begin this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
And the Jags, Charles, I think they're in the dime here.
Covering a lot of field.
Looking to throw. Jones. And the throw there going to be incomplete. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half. Still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work, while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
31 yards on the punt there. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 26. Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. And that is going to do it for this third quarter. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. He'll find Jones again, complete. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Man open, here is Jones. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Back to throw, Lawrence. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the 4th quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he's going to be out of bounds on the return. Not a great return. They'll start back around the 17. So now Jones and the Giants down by 11. A minute 38 to go. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Jones. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Jones signaling, let's go, trying to get his guys up to the line. Flushed out right. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by Chad Muma, and the Giants are going to take possession of the football. But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Jones. And that one complete to Hodgins. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Desperation time now. Here's Jones. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Jags take over in terrific field position. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And the Giants are going to get it back here just past the 35. Jones. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Here's Jones. He's going to let it fly. And that almost their first INT of the ballgame. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. To throw is Jones. Eluding the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter. But 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like almost like...
Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. 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 I hope y'all can nest double E, cause I need your eyes on me. Once I get my feet in this end zone, no one can STOP. Can I make a scene like a movie, feeling big, keep it juicy before we start getting unruly. I've been hooping like a hoolie, keep it coolie before I stuff you in a locker like a bully. Like a bully in the work, you can see my fingernail dirt. I'm the last one to leave, even when I come first. Yeah, you might want it bad, but I'm sure I want it worse. I'ma do it cause I love it, I'ma love it till it hurts. What's the worst that can happen, Captain? I'm strapped in, no I'm not crazy, I'm just tapped in. Hungry like I'm fasting, I'm about that action, no slacking. Well, I'm sorry, Miss Jackson, cause here come the pain. No one to call up for help, no one to blame but yourself. You should've known better, however you did it, so we had to come ring your bell. Like I need a ward, wait until I score, make it rain till it pour. I'm a dog all fours, put in work like a chore till I'm underneath the floor.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports.
And we are underway in Buffalo. Taken in at the 3. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. And we see the Bills offense take the field here at quarterback, Josh Allen.
I remember when he came out of Wyoming, the big question mark, could he be accurate enough to be a star in the NFL? I think it's safe to say he's put all of us in our place and put those doubts to rest. He can roll out and run it. He can bomb it over your heads. Everything in between. He is an absolute nightmare for defenses to try to prepare for. And when he's on, he's an MVP caliber player each and every time he takes the field.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Allen now looks to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. They run for the first time with James Cook. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And the Chiefs are going to get him. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
Coming into the game, the defense knew they had to provide an excellent pass rush, but not provide any gaps because he's really strong with his legs. How about that confidence booster there on the first defensive drive of the game? They know they can get to him now.
So now on 4th down, Sam Martin on to punt for Buffalo. Back deep is Kadarius Toney. Taken at the 37. That'll go as a 39-yard punt. Give him 9 on the return. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. Here comes the Kansas City offense. And in his 6th season of conducting this high-powered attack, coming off 4 straight Pro Bowls, it's Patrick Mahomes. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
And when you think of Patrick Mahomes, you start to think about all of his attributes, and you realize very quickly you can't just put him into one box. No matter how the game proceeds, no matter what is needed, he tends to have an answer for it and plays accordingly.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw caught by Toney. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A big play that time on the catch and run. 30 yards.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Now it's Mahomes again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Juju Smith-Schuster. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs are on the board first here this afternoon. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turning to his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here come the Bills out for their 2nd drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.